Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps are a phenomenal way to get on track with your finances. However, it's not a full financial plan. It's missing some very, very important ingredients. I'm going to share what's missing and how you can add that in. That and more coming up. My name is Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. All right, are you a fan of Dave Ramsey? I hope so. You know, he speaks to the masses, and so he's got to give kind of guiding principles on how you approach your financial life. Now, he's not a certified financial planner, so that would be a distinction between him and us. He also has an enormous platform. We don't. But he's very entertaining. He's a little mean. He's a little mean for me. But he's got that southern accent, so it sort of comes off okay. But I think the biggest point is he communicates high-level guiding principles in which you should approach your financial life, where you're really not going to get in trouble if you take that approach. But he's not a certified financial planner and never has to sit down belly to belly with someone and actually do comprehensive financial planning and build this stuff out. That's what he says on his show, Smart Investors like us are for, or endorse local providers or whatever. I would say that's the job of your CFP that's doing comprehensive financial planning, is to fill in all those holes and help you take that, get on track with those 7 baby steps and then all the others to make sure that you're on track financially. So what's missing? Let's review the 7 baby steps that Dave Ramsey, those principles Dave Ramsey talks about. But then I'm going to share with you my top 4 items that are missing from this list that need to be added in order for you to have a well-rounded financial plan and achieve financial freedom. So let's get into it. So what are Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps? Check them out right here if you're not familiar. Numbers 1, 2, and 3 are the foundation. And this is if you're in financial crisis or your financial house doesn't have a solid foundation, this is how you build it, okay? Step 1, you need to get $1,000 in an emergency fund, in a bank account, okay? So you've got to do that first. Second, then you've got to pay off all non-mortgage debt, all consumer debt. And there's some questions in there, well, does that include student loans or whatever? And he's very adamant about, no, it should. Yes, get aggressive with those student loans, just everything except the house. So do a debt snowball, get that stuff done. And then step 3, then build up your emergency fund 3 to 6 months. Now, if you are a fan of Dave Ramsey or you're familiar with these baby steps, 1, 2, and 3 have to be done in chronological order. Like, you cannot do these at the same time. This is one of the things that I disagree with a little bit when you sit down face to face with someone and actually get in the trenches with them with their financial life. It's not always possible to just take these one at a time and not advance and not do some of the next one until you've completed this one. But you got to have $1,000 saved up, then you got to pay off all your debt, and then you've got to build up that emergency fund. That's what Dave Ramsey says. After that, step 4, invest 15% of your household income to retirement. I disagree with this one as well. Save the right amount for retirement, whether that's 15%, whether that's 10%, whether that's 20%. You need a financial plan to see how much you should be saving for retirement. But step 4 is to start saving the right amount for retirement. Step 5, if you have kids and you have a goal of helping them with college, start saving the right amount for their college. And then step 6, if you want to get out from under that mortgage early, you've got to make sure that that fits within all of your financial priorities, but you could begin paying your mortgage off early. I see lots of folks that are trying to juggle those 3 goals, saving the right amount for retirement, saving the right amount for kids' college, and paying off the mortgage early. They're typically trying to do that all at the same time, and yes, you should. You should not take one of those at a time, in my opinion. You can do all 3 of those at once. Now, if you've done all 6 of those, then the 7th step is you can give more. You can give more, you can tithe more than your 10%, you can be more generous to family members, to friends, to organizations that you care about. So those are the 7 baby steps. What is missing? It's hard for me to even share the 7 baby steps without injecting some of my own approach to that as you work with individual clients. Like again, I mean, it's hard in those formative years to set off and delay saving up for retirement and potential match, potential tax savings, just to focus on some of those foundational goals. It'd be great if you can do those and start saving for retirement and so on. So you've got to work with your certified financial planner, in my opinion. These are guiding principles to approach your financial life, but I wouldn't take them as gospel to just follow them and not look at anything else, okay? And not look at some other factors. What other things are missing? Now let's get into it. There isn't a single spot in this 7 baby steps to ensure that you're saving into the right tax sheltered accounts. So you could check every single one of these baby steps off and pay way too much tax than you otherwise should. Way too much tax. So to me, I'm not sure where it would fit within the baby steps, but certainly by the time you're starting to fund number 4, saving a certain amount, the right amount for retirement, you've got to do an evaluation of what's the right tax shelters for you to be funding. Is that your 401k? Well, is it pre-tax or Roth? Is that a Roth IRA? Is that an IRA? Is that an HSA? You've got to do that analysis to see what tax shelters should you be funding. Otherwise, you could be saving 15% of your paycheck into retirement into the wrong account and pay way more tax than you otherwise should. So to me, that's a huge piece that's missing in these 7 baby steps. Next, where does it ever say in here that you've got to have the right adequate insurance coverage? I mean, this 7 baby steps assumes that you're never going to have any misfortune. You're never going to have a health emergency or a long-term care emergency or disability emergency, or, I mean, God forbid, you never pass away early, unexpectedly, something like that. When, yes, those are risks. They don't happen to everyone, but how do you manage those risks? That's got to be part of the foundational approach to your finances. What are the financial risks that you carry on your shoulders, and then how do you want to manage those risks? Do you transfer them by getting insurance, life insurance, the right home and auto coverage, the right deductibles, that sort of thing, disability insurance, or do you live with some of those risks? Say, I don't think that's going to happen to me, blah, blah, blah. But within your approach to your financial life, you've got to have that protection plan, that risk management part. Otherwise, you're going to go uncovered. When I became the financial advisor for my folks, it was alarming, so I'm the youngest of 2, okay, and now I was an adult, and so I was off their payroll, and it was alarming to take a look at their situation for the first time and say, wait, where's the life insurance? Oh yeah, we never really had any. Wait a second, you're saying all this time as we were kids, if something happened to you, Mom, or to you, Dad, financially, we were, that close to, being destitute? There was no contingency plan? Alarming to me. Now it worked out. They didn't pass away when we were young, but evaluating that has got to be a foundational part of your path towards financial freedom. Speaking of, within these 7 baby steps, there's no step in here where you need to get an estate plan. To me, how do you sleep well at night if as you're making financial progress, you don't have the right structure in place that if you pass away or are unable to manage your own affairs, that you've got the right structure in place to carry out your wishes? I mean, why else? I mean, it'd be hard, I guess where I'm stammering, it'd be hard to be focusing on steps 4, 5, and 6 without also first knowing, okay, well, if something happens to me, who takes care of this stuff or who receives this stuff? Got to have an estate plan as part of that formative foundational approach to your financial life. And then again, I'm just hitting the top 4 things that just stand out to me that are missing. And this last one kind of goes back to steps 1, 2, or 3. When you're in crisis or trying to build that financial foundation, and Dave Ramsey says, first get $1,000 saved up. Second, pay off all your credit cards, your consumer debt. And third, build a 3 bank account system. How do you do that? How do you do it? And he's a great motivator and will communicate. And I've never listened to a debt-free scream without crying. And I'm a crier, so there you go. All right, but it's so emotional and I just love it. But how do you do it? And then once you succeed at that, how do you make sure that you never fall back in that same situation? And to us, that's a 3 bank account system that has a budget, has a delayed spending plan, and has an emergency fund that's all connected together, all working in sync. That is the debt prevention, the debt avoidance posture that you and I need to have. So if you go through the painful lessons of digging your way through number 1, out of number 2, and building up number 3, fantastic, but that 3 bank account system and the budgeting system is the way to then make sure you never fall back into that scenario. You're never going to get into credit card debt again. You're never going to get behind with debt again, and you've got a strong financial foundation. In the 7 baby steps, it's never mentioned how you do it. The 3 bank account system is that solution. So we've approached this a few different ways. I mean, as fans of Dave Ramsey and the principles that he preaches, it's encouraging that he's helped so many folks, and yet the 7 baby steps is just not adequate. It is not a substitute for a comprehensive financial plan. It just isn't. Now, he's extremely motivated, has a huge platform to reach a lot of people, and it's transformed lives. That's fantastic. But in and of itself, the 7 baby steps, it's not enough. You need a comprehensive approach to your financial life. Now, if there are, if a CFP is giving advice that's in direct contrast to what Dave Ramsey would say in these 7 baby steps, I'd be cautious. You'd want to make sure that it's in concert with these. And so work with your certified financial planner. Make sure that you're on track with these 7 steps, but that you're also filling in all of the other gaps that would exist beyond these 7 steps to ensure that you're on the right track for financial peace. Work with your CFP on that. And if you don't have a CFP that's doing comprehensive financial planning, you can always contact one on my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com. That's Korhorn with a K. WiseMoneyShow.com. You can find us there as well. Or give us a call, 574-247-5898. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.